In this video, we'll be going over some of the most controversial cartoons that traumatize children. I'll be talking about why certain episodes and cartoons were controversial, and how some were even banned due to how problematic they were. With that being said, let's check out our first subject. Electric Soldier Porygon. Episode 38 of Season 1 of the Pokemon anime was problematic to say the least, especially in Japan where almost 700 children were hospitalized due to a certain part in the episode which caused them to experience blurred vision, headaches, dizziness, nausea, and some even suffered with seizures, convulsions, and loss of consciousness. Even though many of the victims recovered during the ambulance trip, more than 150 were admitted to hospitals and 2 were even hospitalized for over 2 weeks. What was the scene that caused so much ruckus? You might be wondering, and here it is. It's a really slowed down version of it, but due to the red and blue flashing rapidly, it caused many to have epileptic seizures. The Pokemon Porygon, which was featured in the episode, never showed up in the anime again as a result. But can I just tell y'all something? My boy Porygon ain't ever gonna show up in the anime ever again, all because Pikachu and his chicken head self wanted to use Thunderbolt on these missile thingies and gave kids seizures. It's ironic because everybody thinks that Porygon was the one that made kids have seizures, but it was everybody's favorite yellow rat that did. So let's all go on Twitter and cancel him just like they did to Pepe Le Pew. One beer. In this episode of Tiny Toons, our main characters Buster, Plucky, and Hampton are going into the fridge looking for something to drink. What do they find though? Beer, hence the name of the segment of the episode. Also, why these dang kids trying to drink this beer? I remember when I was a little kid and I accidentally drank some thinking it was apple juice. I said like this. The whole thing just seems semi-satirical in my opinion, satirizing not only alcoholics and the stupid things they can do under the influence, but PSAs and cartoons at the time. Maybe the writers just wanted to make a satirical episode and mask it as a PSA, and maybe the episode was greenlit because it was pitch sus. I can't freaking say it, bro. And maybe the episode was greenlit because it was pitched as such, but the message isn't entirely obvious and others agreed, causing it to be banned. I said pitched as sus. Like the hit game Among Us. Now, a lot of cartoons back in the day had PSAs and messages behind them like drug equal bad. But whoever wrote this part of the episode was just like, frick all that PSA crap. We're just gonna show all these characters who are minors in a kid's show getting drunk and dressing and acting like alcoholics. To add insult to injury, they're depicted driving under the influence and even driving off a cliff to their deaths. Now, even though at the end of the episode it's revealed that it was all fake and Buster says, I hope the kids got the message, the whole episode called Elephant Issues that this segment was a part of ended up getting banned due solely to the one beer section. And understandably so. Mr. Skinny Legs. But before we get into Mr. Skinny Legs, I need y'all to go and check out my Skinny Legs on Instagram at SwinNNTV. My biggest goal there is to reach 87 followers. Anyways, enough of me shamelessly plugging. This episode of Peppa Pig is about Peppa and George finding a spider and naming it Mr. Skinny Legs. When Peppa found a spider, she was scared of it, and then Daddy Pig came in her room and said, spiders can't hurt you. Now you may be wondering, why is the pig that looks like a whole entire blow dryer in this freaking video? Now I'll tell you. Generally, this isn't problematic advice to give to your kids, that spiders can't hurt you. Unless you live in freaking Australia, where literally everything is deadly and the spiders look like this. And ironically enough, this episode was actually banned in Australia because spiders there can't in fact hurt you, and there's a lot of spiders that can even be deadly. Although this episode may not have traumatized many kids thanks to its ban in Australia, it traumatized me, and I'm basically still a kid. Also, listen to this thing's laugh. Rude removal. Just one look at the title card of this episode of Dexter's Laboratory should explain why this episode is controversial. I mean, Dee Dee is giving us the birdie, and Dexter is shown pulling down his pants. But just to give a rundown as to what the episode is about, Dexter pretty much invents a machine that takes the bad qualities of a person and completely removes it, hence the name of the episode, but it comes with a catch. The rude qualities of a person is now its own separate entity, and what had happened in the episode is that Dee Dee and Dexter went into the machine, making their bad sides their own separate beings. What then happened in the episode is that both Dee Dee and Dexter's good side would get into conflict with their bad sides, and their bad sides would start cussing non-stop, being a nuisance to their mother, and in the end they both went back into the machine, going back to normal. Despite Dexter's Laboratory being a really popular show mainly aimed at kids back in the day, the episode did in fact include swears, like the voice actors literally swore. Although the episode was originally supposed to air with the swears censored, it was still banned, and there is actually an uncut version with the characters actually swearing, especially Dexter. He really do be having a potty mouth though. I'm not sure why the writers felt it was necessary to add the swearing in the first place, even if it was to be censored. They could have simply removed all the swearing and literally nothing in the episode would have changed. Their mother putting soap in their mouth at the end of the episode might not make as much sense, but all in all, I think this episode getting banned could have actually been avoided. So did you like this kind of video? If you like them, then I can hopefully, probably, maybe try to make these weekly. I actually really enjoyed making this video. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe-a-dibbly-doo. See you later. When I'm on YouTube, I be like Swanene. Eating my chicken noodle soup just like Swanene. When I hit the nene.